The man of the house was actually an ex-convict. And welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do the living abroad tag, and it is super exciting to me because I am doing my first collaboration, and it is with an amazing mom called Marie. Her channel is Marie's Journal. She's from Brazil, but she lives in the UK. She lives there with her husband and her son Harry, who is 11 months old. I've just been connecting with her, a lot of it having to do with our similar situations with living abroad, having a baby in another country, and raising a baby multilingual. She does daily vlogging, and also she touches a lot on the subject of actually raising a baby abroad, away from your home country. So definitely, after you watch this video, subscribe to her channel and leave a comment on her video telling her you came from my channel. Let's go ahead and jump into the questions. There's 18 questions in this tag. So the first question is, what is your name? And my name is Sarah Joanna Guerrero. Question number 2, what country do you live in? And I live in the United States. Question number 3 is, do you live alone or do you live with your family? I live with my husband Jamal, 18-month-old toddler boy Leon. How long have you lived there? I've lived here almost 7 years with a couple breaks in between. Next question is, have you ever lived in another country, and which one? And yes, besides my birth country, which is Sweden, I have also lived in Norway, which is the neighbor country to Sweden. Question number 6 is, how old are you? I am 33 years old, even though I look like 14 most of the time. Why did you decide to move abroad? So the reason why I moved abroad in the first place was to study, and it was also, I just wanted to live in another country. I always wanted to live in another country. I wanted to learn the culture. I love meeting new people, and so yeah, I came here to study and then ended up staying. The next question is, was it hard to get a residence permit or a visa? If you have any idea of the United States policy when it comes to moving here or immigration or anything like that, you guys know that it's really hard to get residency here. When it comes to getting a visa for studies that I got, it was not hard in my situation because our countries are very good friends, so I can only speak for that, and it was not hard to get a student visa at all. It's a little bit of a complicated process because there's a lot of steps to it, a lot of paperwork, and a lot of like embassy visits, interviews, stuff like that. But the visa itself, it wasn't hard to get as a Swedish student. It wasn't hard. What was the worst experience that you've had there? The worst experience that I've had in the United States, it's been actually quite a few. Yes, I definitely had bad experience here. When I had first moved here, oh my god, my hair is so sweaty right now. Like, it's so hot in here. I'm literally sweating my face off right now. So when I first moved to the United States, I had never been here before. I just moved here. I had never visited the country before, and so during the first couple months of being here, I actually really got scorned a lot just because I trusted people, and I don't know if that's a culture thing in Sweden or if it's just because I come from like a very small nation, but it's just like we just trust people until the opposite is shown, and that could be a good thing, but it also can be a very bad thing. And so that happened. I moved in with a family on an ad on Craigslist, thinking that would be a great idea. Long story short, it turned out that they actually burned me on my deposit. So I lived there for 2 months, and it came up that the man of the house was actually an ex-convict. So he had actually a history of 20 years in prison, and yeah, long story short, like I said, I came out of the situation safe, but that was a very big learning experience for a small town girl coming from Sweden. So I definitely kept that experience in mind moving forward. If you're new to my channel, and I assume a lot of you guys are, if you find this tag just randomly or just find my video in search, I would love to have you as a part of my little growing family here on YouTube. So please hit that subscribe button and also turn on the notifications so that way you don't miss when I upload another video. Tell us about a tourist attraction, sightseeing place you like, and talk a little bit about it. So I live in LA. I've lived in LA the whole time. Now I live outside of LA, but I pretty much have lived all over LA, like literally from the ghetto to the nice areas. So tourist and sightseeing places, there's a lot of here. Hollywood sign, I love hiking up there. I love hiking. Runyon Canyon is another one that I really do like and really recommend for tourists, just because it's probably usually not the first thing you think about when you visit or just move to LA, is to just go out and hike literally in the middle of Hollywood. But Runyon Canyon, definitely check that out. I used to live actually right on the bottom of Runyon Canyon area, so I used to hike every single morning. One of the most beautiful memories I've had. Yeah, so I don't know if that's like a tourist attraction or not, but I really do recommend you guys check it out. So the next question is, do you speak the local language and do you think it's important to learn it? Yes, I do speak English. I would not be able to get around if I didn't speak English here, because Swedish is such a small language that, I mean, that wouldn't work. And I don't speak Spanish. So do I think that it's important to learn the local language? Yes, I do think that it's important. Now I live in an English speaking country, so, but I also do think that if you move abroad to another country and don't know the language at all, I do think that it's important to integrate that way. One of the number one things that you should be focusing on if you do decide to move abroad is to actually really get integrated into the culture and the language that they speak there. What do you think about the country you live in, and how well do they receive foreigners? So I love the United States. It is one of the most amazing countries on earth. I think there's so many opportunities here, so many possibilities. I don't know, I love the people here. I love the different food options, the different cultures that are here. Yeah, I love the United States for sure. So only speaking for myself and my own experience, I have had zero problems with people welcoming me as a foreigner in this country, as I know of. But I also obviously have seen other scenarios with other cultures and other people being treated very, very badly here because they're foreigners. So although I haven't had like a specific encounter with that behavior, my heart goes out to everybody that experiences that on any kind of level, because it definitely shouldn't be like that. And yeah, I hope one day it will definitely be a change in that department. Question number 13 is, do you miss your family? And yes, I definitely do miss my family a lot. Like, that is the number one thing that I would change about living here. Of course I miss my family. I'm the only one living here in my family and friend circle, and especially since becoming a mom and having a baby here, there's just so many things that I think about on a day-to-day basis about me being here and they not being here. I've become better and better at like not being too homesick, but it definitely is hard at times. The next question is, what products from your home country do you miss the most? Products that I miss the most, I would have to say probably, I want to say the candy, but also I've found so many stores here that actually sell Swedish candy now that it isn't a big thing. Like, if I want that, I know where to go. Since I'm a mom now, I think that has definitely changed. I think now it's more of like just missing kind of the cultural products, the cultural like products that we used in my family, or like food, certain types of like healthy foods, or bread. Yes, definitely bread. I do miss the bread a lot, like just like healthy food in general. I know where I can get healthy food here, but there's just so many options, which I really do like it. But sometimes in this country there's like so many options that you just become paralyzed, and especially if you're like dealing with mom brain anyways, it's just like, okay, sometimes I just wish I was in Sweden, because if you go in a grocery store, there's just like a few options and all of them are pretty much healthy. It's just easier to find like a good loaf of bread in my country, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense to you, because you probably don't relating to that at all. Okay, I'm gonna have to put my hair up because this is just on another level, guys. It's so hot, I can't deal. And there goes my hair tie. I guess I'm not gonna put my hair up. I just cut my hair off too, and I did bangs, and it's just like, I feel like that was just like not a good choice right now in this heat. I'm just gonna tuck it in back here like so, and we're good to go. Moving on to the next question. What are your plans for the future? Do you want to live there forever? Our plans for the future is probably a lot different than a lot of people's plans when it comes to like raising a family. We're actually building multiple businesses online, so our goal is to be able to be mobile and be able to work from anywhere. So yes, our plans for the future is definitely to have a home in the United States, but also to be able to go anywhere else we want and just work from anywhere. What's something you use every day where you live that you think your home country should also have? I have one thing that comes in mind. I don't obviously use it every day because I'm not out and about every day nowadays, but something that I really did think about when I first moved to the United States was the seat covers for the public bathrooms. We don't have that in Sweden, and since moving here, it's definitely one thing that they should implement in Sweden for sure. As far as something that I use every day here, I'll have to think about that. Something I use every day. Ooh, I know. I don't know if there's any... I haven't been in my home country in 4 years, guys, so I don't know if things have changed there when it comes to like products and stuff like that, but something that I've used here that I had never seen before I moved here was the teeth whitening stripes or strips, yeah, whatever it's called. I have never seen that in my country, and I think that that would be a great product to have there. Obviously don't use it every day. Question number 17 is, what suggestions or tips would you give to someone who wants to live in this country? Oh my god, I have so many. I should probably make a whole video about it. If you guys want me to make a video about that, please let me know in the comments below, and I will be sure to make that at another time. If I could pick a couple things, it would definitely be prepared. Be prepared if you're planning to move abroad, because I was not prepared. I mean, I had my visa, I had my paperwork and all of that, but I'm just not good at planning. So I'm very impulsive, and so if I get an idea in my head, I just go ahead and just go crazy on that idea. I just can't get that idea out of my head, and I just go for it without really thinking it through. So I would definitely say plan it out. I moved here without even booking my first night. So yeah, that was a great move, Sarah. I don't think that anybody on this planet would ever do such a big mistake. Especially if you have never been in LA, which is like one of the biggest cities on earth. Like, I cannot understand. Today, I cannot understand how I did that. But anyways, my biggest tips is just be prepared. Do your research, and don't have any expectations. That is probably my number 2. Like, don't have any expectations. I know it's hard, but it will never be as you plan it. So even if you do have a great plan, things will come up and things will happen that you can't plan for, and you just have to kind of roll with it. And another tip of mine would be to just not trust anybody you see. Just don't take people's word too seriously, at least if you're planning to move to LA, because I mean, this city is just another cup of tea. And the last question, guys, is if you could describe in one word your experience in this country, what would it be? And hands down, one word to describe my experience in the United States: unexpected. Unexpected, period, end of story. That's it. So yeah, there you have it, guys. That was my 18 living abroad questions for this tag video. Don't forget to head over to Marie's channel and subscribe to her as well. Check out some of my other videos that I have linked around the screen, and I will see you guys in my next video.